Welcome back for our weekly DM chats. I'm your host, Carolyn, also known as Miss Blue 664 across the internet. Pretty much all my social is that. Let's see. Announcements. One that I'm actually going to be involved in. We are going to Vegas next weekend. Like, what even? We'll be attending, myself and fellow DM Andrea will be at Authors and Dragon Con September 21st and 22nd, which is happening on the Strip in Vegas at the Bally's Hotel. So if you are in the area or can catch a ride over there, come hit us up, say hey. We'd love to meet you. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I've never been to Vegas, let alone as a guest on a convention. So, oh my god, excited. Yeah, and then this weekend, following as far as stream is concerned, we will be back with Tales from Cyril. I am working on it, but I've got an idea. It's percolating. So I'm excited. I've got some. I'm excited for the new NPC that I'm going to bring in. I think she's adorable. So yeah, join us this Saturday at 1:30 for Tales from Cyril. Cults, magic, and something else. Oh my, I forgot what I said with the title. I don't remember. Oh wait, no. Cults, parties, and magic. So my, that's what it's called. So yeah. Looking forward to that, and we'll be a little short-staffed, so to speak. We'll only be 3 players. Unfortunately, we will be down 2. Sad. But tonight, we are going to be talking about Paladins. So, Paladins are a very interesting class. I currently have an NPC in Tales from Cyril. You may know her as Mercy, the Paladin of the Raven Queen, Oath of Vengeance, which we will definitely get into. So Paladins are an interesting class. They are very much a melee class, but also a spellcasting class. So you can definitely get your fill of being able to hit and tank, which Paladins traditionally across the board since I have started playing D&D have been a very tanky class. They're very much designed... Many people who play Paladins typically put them in very heavy armor, sword and shield, and they are there in the front lines taking the hits, calling aggro, and they're very much a very vital team member. One of the great things about Paladins is that they can also be a heal battery. Much like clerics, they do have access to some healing spells, but they also just have a natural pool of healing called Lay on Hands, which is very helpful. But when you're creating your Paladin character, the first thing that you really want to focus in with their stats is their strength, followed by their charisma. Obviously, their strength is going to be very, very important as far as the hitty smashy bits. I do believe that their charisma is what their spellcasting is based off of.
Yes, it is.
Which, as someone who plays a cleric, a paladin off screen has told me. So yeah, like I said, those are the 2 things you want to focus on. Probably your best races for playing a paladin are going to be your dragonborns, your half-orcs, and your mountain dwarfs. They get bonuses to their strength naturally. I do believe that dragonborns get a bonus to charisma as well. You can always go with tieflings if you wanted to just get a natural bonus for charisma. Humans, of course, you get that +1 across all, so you can kind of use that to your advantage. But of course, you can basically play, as with any D&D character, you can choose any race you so desire. Those are based on the original races out of the PHB. So, Paladins, like I said, are a martial spellcasting class. They are a mix. By level 5, you do gain an additional physical attack, which can only be used if you take the attack action on your turn. So if you choose to cast a spell, it negates your second attack. But that's a choice that you make. But a lot of the Paladin spells revolve around doing smiting, basically making your weapons much more powerful when you do attack and hit, dealing more damage, causing debuffs on characters or on enemy players and enemy characters. So those are really great things to have as far as your paladin is concerned. Now, as far as when you start getting into your oath, which is what paladins take when they reach level 3, you gain access to certain spells that are naturally a part of your oath. All of those spells are different per oath, and there are 5 of them per PHB and Xanthar's Guide, which is what we'll be covering today. So your first oath is your Oath of Devotion. Typically, most of the oaths that you find are typically played towards the more of good alignment, whether it's lawful, chaotic, neutral. The Oath of Devotion, I believe, is more lawful good, I believe. These paladins, just naturally paladins, before I get into the actual oath, my bad, sorry to roll back on you. So paladins are also aura heavy. They have auras out the ass. Paladins, without any oaths, you have your aura that can, I believe, apparently I didn't take that down. Oh, no, it is. You can give your allies bonuses to saving throws based on your charisma modifier. And you also have an aura that allows no one to be frightened. So those are very nice protections that your party naturally has just being within a certain area of you. And I do believe at lower levels it's 10 feet. Once you hit, I think, level 18, it extends to 30 feet. So that's really nice. You are literally a magical shield. But you also, as some of your oaths will give you an additional aura as well. I think there's a cat sniffing my leg.
Yeah.
Okay. I felt the puff of air against my calf. Sorry. So, like I said, the Oath of Devotion, you gain spells. Every oath has channel divinities. Typically, they come with 2. For the Oath of Devotion, you get Turn Undead. So you can show your holy aura or show your holy symbol and basically say, "Fuck you, undead, get the fuck away," and they go, whoo, depending on their level. There's some, of course, depending on level, depending on how strong you are, depends on what kind of undead you can turn. You also get your, I don't remember specifically what it's called, but you can channel your god's power into your weapon, making your weapon hurt more when you hit.
Divine Smite.
I think so, yes. No, it's not Divine Smite. Divine Smite is something that you get naturally, as all paladins do, but specifically for devotion, it is a certain thing that's just... I don't remember if it's to attack or to damage, but it does... You can make your weapon more powerful. I don't remember what it's called specifically. And then... You also have an aura against charm. So you, as a devotion cleric, or devotion paladin, you can be an aura of protection against charm, frighten, and give your allies bonuses to saving throws. Very handy. And another thing that all clerics, I keep saying clerics, all paladins get is the, besides lay on hands, is divine sense, which allows you to sense celestial, fae, and fiends within a certain area of you. And typically these races are somehow considered to be associated with the holy. Celestials obviously are considered holier than thou. Fae is interesting to me, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that some of the gods within the D&D theology, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Sure. that they related to the sorry, brain work. The elven gods, because elves are typically considered fae of fae ancestry, so it's probably where that ties into. And then fiends, of course, devils and bad stuff. So, so you have your second oath that you can take is your Oath of Ancients. The Oath of Ancients typically falls, also again within the good alignment, typically more neutral. So it's more associated with what is truly right, not is necessarily what is by law abiding. Because sometimes those things don't match up. Footnote, see American history. So with the Oath of Ancients, you have two of your channel divinities. One of your channel divinities is basically turn, instead of turning undead, you get to turn fiends or fae. And then you also have basically access to a more natural attack through your channel divinity, where you basically can cast something like Grasping Vines without expending a spell slot. You also get a aura of that protects people around you from magical damage. It actually gives them resistance to any magical spells, damage from magical spells. So that's nice. I don't go into full details with a lot of the oaths. I just kind of hit the highlights, if you will. Those are pretty much the things that you get through, I think, level at least 15. 18 is typically, obviously, something really awesome, but eh. Your third one, Oath of Vengeance, which I feel like is a harken back to 4E with the Avenger class. Which, if you ever played 4E, the Avengers were pretty crazy. Very fun. As a DM, they were very interesting to deal with on the battlefield. But still very interesting class. But the Oath of Vengeance, your channel divinity basically can frighten enemies. Particularly, I think, if with the Oath of Vengeance, if the enemy is undead, they have a disadvantage on saving against your channel divinity. And then you also basically have Hunter's Mark on tap with channel divinity, except as opposed to channel, I don't know specifics of Hunter's Mark, but basically you pick out an enemy, you say fuck you, and you have advantage on attacks against that target for a full minute until that target is unconscious or at 0 HP. So 10 rounds of you being able to get advantage on attacks against a creature. You also, as a Vengeance Paladin, you also have the ability, when an enemy takes a opportunity attack against you, you can basically then move an additional half of your speed as a basically reaction to their reaction. So you get to move a little further away from that and get a little closer to where you need to be. And like I said, with Avengers, particularly in 4E, they had a crazy ability where it basically allowed them to just like fly across the battlefield to wherever their mark was, and I think it was the Oath of Enmity. And they could literally, if that creature moved away from them in any way, they would just be like, boop, I'm here. And there was no escaping them. So I feel like this is kind of a scaled back version of that particular ability. But yeah, I like the Oath of Vengeance. It's I'm having fun with it right now, playing with it and getting to dabble with it a little bit with Mercy as an NPC. And as far as Oath of Ancients, Brigitte actually was the, when she was with us for a while, she was a Paladin, taking the Oath of Ancients. So into Xanthar's Guide, you have your Oath of Conquest. For me, the Oath of Conquest reads as very evil, because basically one of the tenets is like, you will conquer everything in your path, and anyone who rises up against you should be put down and killed. If that doesn't read to you like a tyrant, I don't know what does. But you, the Oath of Conquest, your channel divinities give you, you can make folks afraid. You can also choose to add +10 to your attack against an enemy. Now, you also have a really great combo with your Channel Divinity and also an aura that you get with your oath. Basically, what you do is with the aura is if any creature is frightened of you and is in your aura, their speed is reduced to 0. And they take psychic damage if they start their turn within that aura. And I don't know specifically what the psychic damage is, but they take damage. And they can't get away from you, so you can literally sit there and wail on them, and they can't do jack shit. So yeah, that's a pretty sick combo. Could be used very effectively. Your last one is your Oath of Redemption. These are more of your... It kind of reads more pacifist than anything. With your Channel Divinities, you can give yourself a bonus to charisma checks, particularly, I think, persuasion. And then the second one that you have basically allows you to hurt others who have, you can, let's see, what does it say? Hurt those who have hurt others. So particularly if it's like your allies, you can literally just be like, fuck you. You've hurt someone who shouldn't have been hurt or something like that. But it kind of reads as a, kind of like a slap on the wrist of someone who's been bad kind of situation. And then lastly, you can actually choose to take damage for others. The downside about that particular ability is that it cannot be mitigated if you choose to take that damage. So in no way can it be reduced, in no way can it be halved, you know. So it's basically you say, I will take this full damage onto myself. And I mean, I would imagine that for someone who builds a cleric, Paladin, you would probably, your third choice as far as your stats are concerned is probably going to be a con would be there. So I imagine as a Paladin who's going to be tanking and probably up there in the front lines, you're probably going to have a decent constitution, so you can probably take the hit, at least one or two of them. You don't get a lot of your channel divinities. It's based, I think, on your con mod or your level, one of the two. I think it's your con mod. Excuse me. So, yeah. So that's your Paladin in a nutshell. Feel free to, of course, read them more fully. Check out their full abilities. Their spells are pretty awesome. Like I said, you can... their spells are more targeted towards smiting, that kind of stuff. You also get, like... I do believe you can take on abilities that allow you to heal in relation to, like... Not like greater restoration, lesser restoration. Probably also healing word, cure wounds, probably mass cure wounds when you get up to higher level. Probably also revivify, I think, is a thing that most likely a cleric would, Paladin would be able to take. So you can definitely be a beast on the field as far as being able to hit, heal, and take damage. Paladins are pretty good class. I can't say that as far as the Paladins are concerned, there is room for flavor, and I do believe that each oath kind of lends itself to a certain god as far as who you follow, but in and of itself, that is a choice that you choose to make. Hi, you gonna come sit up here with me? Hi, I know. Oh, sweet baby. Oh. All right, you're not gonna snuff. Okay, you're just gonna. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, those are Paladins for you. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going?
So those are Paladins for you, huh?
Yeah, I'm more concerned with the cat right now.
She's fine. She's got 4 feet.
Don't lick that. That's weird. So. Any questions? Anything that I could answer for you? I know. Yeah. Where are you going?
No, I don't see anything.
Hello. Where are you going? Okay. You're just gonna circle around my head. That's fine, I suppose.
Do you need me to take her away from you so you can finish?
So yeah. Appreciate you guys joining me for this DM chat. Like I said, we will be in Vegas, not this weekend, but next weekend, September 21st and 22nd. We will be on the Strip at the Bally's Hotel at Authors and Dragons Con. So join us, please. And this upcoming this weekend, the September the 14th, we will be playing Tales from Cyril at 1:30. I am looking forward to it. So come join us for all of these things. And of course, stay tuned on all of our social media channels for updates on schedule and anything fun and exciting that we happen to find, like pictures of cats. I think she's leaving. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward and hopefully see you in Vegas. If not, that's okay. We will be posting something most likely that we record and post later. So yeah, thank you guys so much again. Mwah, mwah, and we will see you soon. Bye.